Sipping slow, yakking the act, thinking I'm mad.
Oh, champ. It looks like Jim Jones just went viral for saying something insane. Jim Jones on the Joe Budden Podcast didn't even drop yet, so you got that exclusive. I ain't gonna lie. But Jim Jones is saying that bloods and fraternities are the same, right? And there's been a lot of outrage, especially on Twitter, behind what Jimmy is saying here on the Joe Budden Podcast. I want y'all to hit the like. I want y'all to share the video. We're gonna get into it, gang. All champ, this gonna be a wild one. Salute. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it.
We had an argument about, you had these niggas in there arguing about bloods versus frats, gangs versus
fraternities. The same thing. Blood is a fraternity. 100%. No difference. No difference. Only thing they did different is file legal papers that make them a fraternity. If somebody was to name Blood Alpha Phi Blood right now and file the papers, then Blood would be a fraternity, and we could start it anywhere, and they could put it in colleges and all that. Being blood is not a crime. What you do, if you're doing criminal activity as being a blood, makes it a crime. But that doesn't mean every blood is a criminal. It doesn't mean every blood needs to go to jail for the crime that one blood did. So,
okay, Jimmy, here's where I gotta stop you, because if there's a RICO with a certain gang, every member must get booked. If you don't remember, you're getting booked. If you're in that RICO, you're getting booked, even if you didn't commit a crime. All right, if a gang member committed crimes, all right, a part of the gang, and there was like money laundering, substance trafficking, things of that nature, guess what, Jack? You're going to jail if you're part of that gang. If you're part of that set, you honored the set, you have to go to jail. You're getting locked up unless you somehow get out of Dodge. You're getting locked up with that set, all right? Whether you committed a crime or not, if you're throwing up the sign and all that, that can be used, right, in a RICO case. You've seen it happen with Young Thug and them when they had the YSL case. You dig? People were getting locked up just for throwing up the sign, all right? Throwing up the sign can implicate you in a conspiracy to unaliving someone. That's just a fact. So whether you're committing crimes or not, whether you did something or not, if you repping the set, that can also get you locked up. That is a fact, champ. But let's continue. Run up these likes.
Oh, I know there's a lot of people in fraternities that broke hella laws and they are locked up right now. I know there's a lot of Q dogs who lock their ass up right now. You heard? You did, but nobody talks about that. It's all the same thing. You heard?
That's funny as shit.
It's all the same thing. Freemasons, fraternities, Bloods, Crips, Yetas, it's all the same thing.
I don't know. Let me ask you a question about that. Let me ask you a question about that. So if somebody said, what's the fundamental?
The benefits purpose might not be the same.
There we go.
You heard? Fraternity has a different type of benefit. You sign to this fraternity, hopefully it'll help you out with your future successes and business endeavors. And this dude might work at this law firm. Now he gives you an automatic in. Now your intern there end up being, you dig? Like, but it kind of works in the same way of that also, because you got people like me that have been helping out people legally and giving people different type of jobs and opportunities in their lifestyle. So what's the difference?
But let me ask you this.
Okay, first off, I get what he's trying to say, but no. Everybody that's in a gang don't have somebody that has that type of resource. You are a rapper who was very much successful for years, right? So you are able to provide things for members of a set or whatever the case may be based on you being a millionaire and having some type of success in the industry, right? Cool. However, this is not every gang. Every gang cannot provide those types of resources. Most gangs don't provide those types of resources. If we're going to be honest, a gang is more closely associated with a mob more than it is a fraternity. Now, do fraternities commit crimes? Absolutely. Do fraternities get in trouble for committing crimes? Yes. People in fraternities get locked up. Things go on in fraternities that are illegal all the time, right? Facts. You dig? But again, a fraternities, you know, it's not the same thing. And on top of it, it's not something that's respected globally. I mean, obviously, we know where gangs come from and why they were created. All right, most of them were made just based off the fact that, hey, we have to protect ourselves from a certain group of individuals, so we have to form this gang in order to protect our area, which is mostly why most gangs came about in the first place. You dig? However, you know, nowadays it's just more so the environment that you come up in. This might have to be a survival tactic, But at the same time, a lot of people are joining gangs just because they don't have love at home. You feel what I'm saying? And they have to join an organization, a criminal organization, to feel love or feel someone cares about them, or they just want to be a part of something. You dig what I'm saying? So again, you're wrong, champ, but I see what you're saying. Run up these likes. Let's keep it going. Oh, champ.
So go ahead.
Is it a difference in majority versus minority? And
As far as what?
And when I say that, you blood, right?
Right.
If we took 100 bloods,
Right.
give me a real one, yo. Not to win your argument, or not argument, a real one of people that are putting other people in position to be successful. Keep it a buck.
Out of 100 bloods, how many? Yeah, the percentage might be low. It might be low.
So that's where the differentiation lies, because with the sorority example, or with the Mason example, or with the Congress senators, Imani brought up, the Congress and senators, they be running that shit like death row, but niggas won't know that. What we see from gang culture, and we all been around, all our friends, family, whatever, is down, but
I'm trying to know you, nigga. Don't try to get me
Get you affiliated.
they got
right?
everybody in here got family or friends that's affiliated, whether they knee deep or whether they just on the surface. So what I'm saying is the perception of it is where we get the disparity.
100%.
Because we don't see enough niggas.
You asked me a question. Now you go into something different. You asked me if being blood in a fraternity, do I feel is the same thing? And yes, I feel it's the same thing. I feel being a blood is a fraternity. Now, there's big differences between being Alpha Phi Alpha and non-trade gangster.
Exactly.
Yes, there are big differences, but the premise of what it is the same thing, my brother.
Fraternities is brotherhoods, right? And a gang is a brotherhood.
Indeed.
I think the question for me is like, what's it organized around? So like when I'm in a fraternity, and it was like, all right, we organized around black men achieving, right? I got a lot of respect actually for gangs and shit they do, especially historically. I guess my question is, what do Bloods organize around, or Crips organize around? Like, what's their goal? What's the reason for coming together? What's the
brotherhood is about lifting each other up. Like what we see in the public, we got a lot of ignorance when it comes.
The brotherhood is about lifting each other up, but does that actually happen? Realistically speaking, we could talk that that good shit all we want. Is that actually happening? Because listen, man, I've been around plenty of gangs. I know plenty of gang members and etc. Ain't nothing but drama within the gang, outside the gang. You're dealing with ops. See, what ops or the fraternities dealing with is the question. Do fraternities have ops? Well, if we're being honest, I mean, they don't like a certain group of people in society, all right? And at the end of the day, you are competing because this is a dog-eat-dog world after all. This world is based on survival of the fittest, no matter how you look at it. That's just how the world is, man. Predator versus prey, the food chain. This is how life is. This is what the world is. But is it really the same? I mean, okay, brotherhood, cool. But is that actually happening within these gangs? Because from what I've seen, personally, that's not a thing, gang. There's all types of drama and commotion, all right? You'll have beef with somebody that's in your set. You feel me? So there's really no true balance there, especially when the prison system also operates these gangs. Because when it comes to fraternities and Freemasons and things like that, they're not operating from prison, through somebody. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what happens with Bloods, Crips, and etc. Some of them gangs, you have to go to jail. Originally, some of those gangs, you would have had to go to jail just to be a part of a gang. And that's more so speaking for the New York or East Coast sector of Bloods. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a large difference. I'm going to say that. Let's keep it going.
To the gangbang, but the underline is about lifting each other up. That's what we believe in. Each one teach one and things like that. But you won't see that. The media only wants you to paint the ugly picture. But there's a lot of positive situations that goes on within the gang community. There's a lot of brothers that have been through a lot that always pour into their community to give back. There's a lot of gang prevention programs that gang leaders run themselves and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? But the word gang itself already puts a twist on it or anything that happens to it. You dig? So it's like the positivity goes out the window as soon as somebody hears gang, or as soon as somebody hears blood, or someone hears Crip, when there's a lot of positive activity goes on within the gang community.
It is.
You heard?
Would you want your son to join?
Would I want my son to join?
Yeah.
No, I say that in my music. I wouldn't want him to join, but I wouldn't stop him from joining.
Why wouldn't you want him to though?
Because he came up different than I did.
Indeed.
Got you.
You heard?
Yeah.
He don't know what being in Harlem or being in the hood is. He don't know what it is to have to rely on that brotherhood or come outside and need that brotherhood or come outside or have to be a leader for that brotherhood. Like he didn't have his back against the wall. He never had. And I hope he never have to go through that.
But
is
that a prerequisite for joining? Like if I didn't,
it's not a prerequisite.
If I wasn't raised like that.
And not a did you hear what I said? I don't want him to join, but I would not stop him from joining. His father is a blood, and I'm a pretty positive, successful blood member. You heard? Like I've done a lot of things wrong, and I've done a lot of things right, like any of us in here have done. You heard? And my brotherhood, I always try to lift up. I've never told somebody to do anything negative when they're around me. I don't need them for that. You know what I mean? Coming up,
Come on, Capo. Stop that. You never told nobody to do nothing negative. I mean, you did advise Mel Matrix, by the way. I give you that, but we don't see everything, man. Listen, you in the gang crash house is a necessity. I don't give a damn what you talking about, nigga. Crashing out in the set is a necessity. I don't care what gang you in, nigga. You got ops. And it's a serious situation. Niggas gonna crash, right? And the big homie gonna tell you to crash all the time. This is why this is a crazy conversation to have. When it comes to this gang stuff, bro, big homie gonna tell you to crash. You dig? Some big homies only look at you as a crash dummy. You gotta do what the OG says. You gotta run to the store. You gotta go get him something. You better go get it. If your big homie is locked up and that nigga needs something, you have to take care of the big homie while he's locked up. Period. You have to, or it's up for you. You dig what I'm saying? Just giving you prime examples of what happens in black gang culture in America. You dig what I'm saying? So again, we talk all this positivity. Yeah, there might be some positive situations, but there's a lot of negative situations too. And we see it all the time. If you're not in it or you haven't seen it, I've seen it. I've been around it. I know people personally that are still gangbanging and everywhere. Not just New York, in the South, and Florida, Texas, wherever. Cali, all that. Listen, niggas know if I speak to or bring up a gang member right now, it's gonna be a different conversation. I'm gonna say that. I see what Jim is trying to do, though. I do, but no, champ, absolutely not. And people are outraged behind it. You're gonna keep it going.
It's on.
You heard? It's a lot. It's a lot of energy, but I got this thing you won't know till you grow, and I did a lot of growing. You understand? You did? So I'm able to turn the narrative and what people see, especially in my community. That's why I'm always there. I don't go to my community to shine on nobody or shine on nobody. What's the purpose in that? But I go there to be the beacon of light that I am for these kids and see that there's somebody that came out the same circumstances that they did that can figure out how to get out the matrix. You think I ain't perfect, but I'm a perfect example of what hard work, dedication, and a lot of prayer could do for you. I promise you that.
My pushback in that, because I don't know nothing about the frats.
Very well said.
Or too much about the gangs. But when you said Snoop, right? And I've been saying for a while, Snoop is probably the most marketable rapper in the world. And he's a gang member.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he's definitely down with the commercialization of it.
Right.
I don't think y'all commercialize it the same though. Right? Like when I hear Snoop lyrics, to me, are different from your lyrics. Snoop, when he talked, is still the Magic Johnson smile. It's all of the marketable bullshit.
So is that now or was that then?
I was about to say, is Snoop still outside?
Y'all talking about when murder was the case and all that shit?
He's still outside. He's
right
still
now,
outside.
Snoop is the biggest
rapper.
He boxes office, yeah.
He is different when it comes to anything. He's on every commercial. Like, I need, who is his manager, agent? Please sign me. I need it right now.
He just said, yo, 93 million, I'm in the south of France.
Okay. Now it is true. You know, people get on Jimmy for being an old gang member, but nobody gets on Snoop or other people. I feel like the West Coast and East Coast culture are incredibly different because you know, they've been banging for years. You know, Tookie Williams, you know, ended up on TV becoming a celebrity and things like that. You know, it's a lot different. I feel like the West Coast has embraced and has normalized that gang banging in old age is normal. But us in the East Coast, that's kind of a new thing for us because, again, we caught on to the, you know, gangs, blood and Crip stuff specific. I don't want to say that New York never had gangs, because we always had gangs. You know, it's just a different gang culture from the West and the East Coast. We more recently got Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, and things of that nature. And we don't really have, like, in the hip-hop circuit or entertainment circuit, a lot of the gang members of old age outside of Jimmy when it comes to the East Coast, if that makes sense. You know, we got Big U, Wacko, people like that in the West Coast who, you know, hold the gangs down and whatnot and rep their gang. But on the East Coast, we kind of only have Jimmy for the most part, if that makes sense. But New York is always that gang. It's just the blood and Crip stuff. You know, that's just a different thing. But still, you know, I disagree that it's like a fraternity, though. I mean, a fraternity can get lethal. Don't get it twisted, but I can't compare that to no gang stuff. Nah, not no blood stuff. Bloods being frats, can't agree, gang. Sorry. Nah, champ, that's a wild statement, but I get what he's trying to do, though. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Do y'all agree with what I'm saying? Do y'all feel Jimmy? Do y'all think Jimmy has a point? Because a lot of people don't. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section, gang. Make sure y'all run up these likes, smash the like, share the video. Also, make sure you subscribe right now if you're new to the channel. All right, we're gonna have more content. By the way, join the Discord link will be in the comments, always in the description. It's a fire Discord, gang. We nearly have 1,000 members. All right, make sure your phone works. But gang, special announcement for y'all in case y'all did not know. Are you ready? It's the mayor, the one and only New York Mayor F. Eric Adams, and you rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, and you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you share the video. Go to showfacenews.com and copy the merch. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute. Ladies and gentlemen, do the mayor a favor and go to showfacenews.com for the brand new mayor merch. Yes, wear the mayor's quotes in style all fall, all winter long. For the remainder of 2024, the mayor will be providing brand new merch each and every month. All right, look, we have the All Champs tees out right now, as well as the Hug Your Shadow hoodies and tees. Wear the mayor merch in style only at showfacenews.com. Get your orders in, the orders ship fast. Get it right now. Everybody's buying it. Subscribe to the mayor.